You have been the Chronic's Rabbit Hole, and Michael C., thank you so much for your Patreon membership request. You have brought Mastodon back down the rabbit hole, and I can't wait because the song we're listening to today is Sickle and Peace, and this is a lyric video. I can't wait.
I can't wait as well. I love Mastodon. It's one of the top 5 bands that I have in the descriptions for bands that I would suggest. And I actually haven't heard this song yet either. So thank you so much, Michael, for finding something that we both have not listened to yet. And y'all get to see the first time reaction.
I'm ready to get Master Mucked, are you?
Master Mocked.
Oh.
Chronicans, Michael C., thank you so much for this request, and thank you all for being here. You have a write-up for us, Michael, and since this is something I have not listened to yet, I am very excited to see what you got to say about it. This pick assumes you haven't heard it yet, and your assumption's correct. I know you're a Mastodon fan, and I remember a while back you saying you hadn't heard anything from Hush and Grim yet, but that might have changed since then. Let me know if you've heard it already, I'll pick something else. No, we're good. That's why we're here. It's a lyric video, so you can follow along, but it's basically about the idea that death is a mercy to those who are suffering like a terminal illness.
Interesting.
Fair enough, and we know a lot about that in Canada. One technical musical note, the kind of thing I love. This song is on a weird time signature. It has a repeating regular pattern of changing time. Specifically, the pattern is 3 bars of 7/8 and 1 bar of 8/8. Thank you so much, because I don't know much about those time patterns and all that, even though I play, so it's always nice to get some help with that.
Very cool. I do know a bit about time signatures and patterns, as I'm actually going through and refreshing my memory of reading sheet music. So, like, that is a weird time signature. It really is. So, like,
that's why we
let's
like
get
Mastodon.
into it. Let's get into it. I love Mastodon and their weird time signatures.
Master Muck time?
Master Muck time.
And we got lyrics. I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Whoa.
Eerie.
Oh. That's groovy. I like this. Wow. Good singing here. God, this guitar work. It's drummer, eh? Yeah. What a switch up. Okay, right before this switches up, I think that was just such a powerful lyric that I really want to address here, because at least, Michael, you were giving us what the theme of this song was. Allow the man his shoes from here. And that's kind of the decision when a terminally ill person would be like, no, I'm done going this way. I want to go this way now. I want to wear my shoes and live out the life the way I want it now. And we know that we've had people in our life that had to go in these type of decisions recently, and I know a lot of people have gone through that with their family too. So
Absolutely.
I like how after saying that, the transition here to getting a little heavier and darker too. So this is a really good song, and the guitar work and drums just unreal.
The guitar work is amazing, and the time signature fits this so well.
It really does.
It really does.
smooth. Oh my god, they're so psychedelic, aren't they?
They are like, this is insane. I love how this is going. I love the chorus that they have, all the
Yes.
different that they're going through, and then
Wow, right?
that instrumental part was so powerful. There's a reason I call it getting Mastamucked, because every time we turn on Mastodon in the car, I just
They
like
get hypnotized.
I get
y'all.
hypnotized. We all like shut down.
I'm
We
making
can't
sure
move.
she's awake because you can get master mocked legit.
And this is why, because it is such a euphoric trance-like
Yeah.
piece that brings you into it, especially with the topic that it is as well.
Yeah, could you imagine death bringing you sickle and peace? Where like I'm thinking like the hammer and sickle is like revolution in Russia, and then peace is like what a regime can kind of give you in a false sense. So like death is like masquerading as that deliverer in that revolution.
Yeah. And like for me, it's like the sickle is a tool used for harvesting and agriculture. And so like when you're
Death's collecting.
it's collecting, he's coming in, he's chopping you down, he's harvesting the crop and taking you in, but giving you that piece of like that release because now you've been cut down.
Exactly.
So like it's such a unique, it like the title fits the song completely.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking about my own family because, as you know, here in Canada we have a service called MAID, so it's basically helping people in their own death. Medical, what is it? Medical assistance in dying. MAID is what it's called. And my own family, I've had my own family members take that service, and so I'm really thinking about them while listening to this.
Me too.
And it's like walking in your own, walk a mile in their shoes.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning at the beginning here, right?
Yeah.
Death comes and brings with them sickness.
fake out. Yeah, that was it. I love that fake out. Oh, that's an EP I gotta check out.
It is. That was really good.
Yeah, that was incredible. Great pick, Michael, and I'm so glad to react to that in front of y'all. And you're right, though. You do get. Whoa, that is some bright stuff on my face. I'm gonna stay over here. I'm definitely see what you mean though about the Mastodon, what it does to you specifically. Mastamok, what we mean is it just puts you in that meditative state. Even though we enjoy it, the music was incredible. Maybe the enthusiasm in the facial gets taken out because it's so gritty and so progressive as well too. So it's a lot to digest as well on a first listen. And then the topic and the lyrics start coming in a bit more. And it was a 6 minute song for Mastodon, and they're at such an interesting tempo that it's a lot to incorporate right in the first go.
It is a lot to incorporate first go, so I'm highly ecstatic that you gave us a lyric video, because then we were able to read the lyrics and fully get a full understanding of what is being talked about, because Mastodon often tackles a lot of really intense topics in their songs.
Yes.
And often it gets missed because their music is so intricate. They're using a strange time signature, like you said, it was 7/8 and then one line of 8/8. And then that was repeating all the way through, even though they were doing these intense transitions and really going into different stylized music throughout it.
Yeah.
The guitar and the drummer really kept that a very consistent style throughout.
Their pattern. Yeah.
But yet the singing was there was at the very beginning, when it first came in, it was so ethereal that if it wasn't for the lyrics, I would not have been able to understand what was being said.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, but yet it's still that etherealness is that trance-like state for me that's really bringing me. I'm like closing my eyes and really getting into it, because it is so intense and just well orchestrated.
It's a lot to digest, though, right?
A lot to digest. For me, I just want to get into like the topic of the song, because this is about like when death comes after being in a terminal illness, like you had mentioned in that write-up that you gave us. And I was really thinking specifically of my uncle, and I'm gonna just kind of mention him quickly because
it's on your mind.
It's on my mind. My uncle, he was diagnosed with a very rare form of throat cancer, where he couldn't eat, like he couldn't swallow anything, couldn't drink water, couldn't do anything, had to like completely live with an IV and get like food put through a bag into his stomach type of idea. But by the time his body finished digesting, because it took 10 hours for everything to digest, he would then have to be eating. And so then it got to a point where his body wasn't able to maintain or retain any nutrients, so he was just becoming a skeleton by the end of it. And there was a surgery that he could do. He would first have to do chemotherapy, and then there was a surgery where they could take some of his intestine and like replace his esophagus.
Right.
But then he would lose his little flappy thing, so then he would have to sleep sitting upright for the rest of his life. Sitting upright for the rest of his life. And
everything sounds terrible there.
That's just terrible. Like, that's not a life you want to live. And for him, he was such a go-getter at everything, and he kind of looked at his wife, and him and his wife were like, no, that's the standard of life that you would want. That's the standard of life that I'm not willing to go through that torture. So he chose MAID. And what's interesting about that is the lyric that was stated in here is like, walk in someone else's shoes, see what they have to go through, because death is going to bring a sickle and peace. It's going to harvest you, cut you down, it's going to take you, but you're going to get that peace because now you've gone in your own way. But then at the same time, there was another lyric that came just after that later on in the song that said, I don't know where I'm going. So you don't know
Yeah.
when death comes with his sickle and cuts you
So
down,
many
gives
unanswered
you that
questions.
peace. You don't know where you're going afterwards, where the soul retains. That's like the
Yeah,
never-ending question
that's
of
that
life
torment you're
is,
scared of.
where does my soul go?
Yes.
Is it even there? That's a big question for everyone. And so that is a bit of a torment that you then have to go through when you're making that choice of the sickle and peace, or if you're coming, or if death is coming with these long flowing robes, or like what's going to happen. So like that's where I was really during this whole song. Like musically it's brilliant, but it really does bring up those questions, especially when you've had family that go through it. With that said, though, that peace that is brought, my aunt is at peace because my uncle was able to make his own choice.
Got to walk in his own
He
shoes.
got to walk in his own shoes. He got to be able to say, no, this is what I'm ready for. They got to have their goodbyes, to say goodbye to all their family and go in a very peaceful way. So now that he's gone, yeah, she's sad and it hurts. And there's many times where, we still talk about it, but at the end of the day, she is going out with her sisters. She's going out and still working and still doing all the things that she loved, and her life didn't stop when he passed.
Right.
Whereas a lot of times when someone passes due
Like
to
like
natural
my
causes,
like my grandma when she passed away from Alzheimer's.
yeah,
My grandpa had a hard time moving on
life
for sure.
stopped.
Life stopped for him for sure.
Whereas for her, it hasn't. So this is a really interesting topic. Sorry to like kind of go on a rant there, but like this is such an interesting topic that the song has tackled, and I'm really excited to see more from this EP and what other things that Mastodon's going to be tackling in this, because musically phenomenal, lyrically phenomenal, and also on a psychological note, philosophical note,
Yeah.
a really great lyrically.
Absolutely, and I was just looking to see what the EP was called again. It's Hushed and Grim, and it's definitely something I would love to do start to finish even. So let us know if you guys would be interested in that, because EPs are usually a lot shorter than albums. It'll be easier to do from start to finish now that
Yeah.
we've got a lot of kids at home. You know how it is, y'all. But thank you so much for bringing this, because I can't really add more to the story that you did, because that was just so personal, because we could tell, I know I could, that that story was going through your mind as this was being
Yeah.
played out. So that was cool to get the full elaboration so everyone knows where your mind was during it too. And it's still good that the musically it was amazing for you as well as it was for me, and it makes me definitely want to check the EP more, and anything that Mastodon is still doing. I know they just had a collaboration with Lamb of God, so I know
Very
if
cool.
y'all want to see that one, let us know in the comments below, because I know that one would be a lot of fun. And if you had a good time with us, hit that like button on your way out and subscribe if you are new, you want to see more. But we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much for being here, everyone. This was such a treat. And Michael C., thank you for bringing Mastodon back down the rabbit hole. I can't wait to see what else you have in store for us. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.